Very warm welcome to you all. Thanks a lot for coming. The National Museum of the Royal Navy is a really exciting project. It gives us a better opportunity to make sure that the naval heritage of this country is brought into focus. What people don't appreciate is that for the last 500 years, our social, intellectual, financial, and it goes on, development of this great country has been inextricably entwined with the development of the Navy. And people may raise their eyebrows and wonder what dealing with the past has to do with dealing with the front line. And I'll tell you, the first thing is that the 500,000 people who walk round these museums pay taxes. And the great British taxpayer needs to understand why we need a Navy. He then or she has to understand that they have a responsibility and a duty to fund the Navy and to look after its people. In an era where targets and bonuses are the run-of-the-mill things that we all expect, I think it's no bad thing just to remember that in the Navy there should be an emphasis on people doing their duty. Duty is a word that's perhaps getting slightly more into fashion now. It certainly needs to be. The second important thing about what these museums can contribute to is that it makes our young people realize that they should be more in awe of their reputation and their tradition behind them than they are of the fear and the enemy that's in front of them.
It's been very strange that the Royal Navy is the only one of the three armed forces not to be represented by a national museum. And for a nation that owes its very existence to its history as a sea power, that is indeed a strange omission. And it is one that the Royal Navy now intends to rectify by drawing its four individual museums together. Standing in front of HMS Victory, we're all reminded of the iconic significance of Nelson's flagship and the oldest commissioned warship in the world. And given the reasons that we're here today, the importance for naval heritage of the ship is clear. And the establishment of the National Museum of the Royal Navy is, I think, an important occasion to remind ourselves of the central importance that the Navy has played over the years and how it has added to our security.
Minister, ladies and gentlemen, the four museums of the Royal Navy, the Royal Marine, Fleet Air Arm and Submarine Service, along with the iconic fifth element, HMS Victory, together stand witness to the unique contribution that the Navy, its sailors and Marines have made to the protection and promotion of this country's interests for over 500 years. I warmly welcome today's launch of the National Museum of the Royal Navy for two reasons. It creates a single focus for the preservation and showcasing of our naval heritage and better illustrates how closely linked are the fortunes of the Navy and the nation it serves. But the Naval Museum is much more than the guardian of our legacy. Its documents, records and artifacts do more than tell us about the past. They also teach us important lessons that can point the way to our future. Standing here in the shadow of HMS Victory, and indeed her modern equivalent, HMS Daring, it's impossible not to feel the hand of history on all of us. Both ships are similar in one important respect. Their beating hearts are the sailors who serve within them. the courage and adaptability of our sailors and Marines derives not just from their training, but also from their strong sense of belonging and their commitment to the naval service with a strong heritage and proud traditions. It's my pleasure, therefore, to formally launch this new endeavour by declaring the National Museum of the Royal Navy well and truly open. Make ready.